Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajeem. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. I am Dr. Azhar Ali, Assistant Professor, Electrical Engineering Department, Sarhad University, Peshawar, and you welcome back to this study. Dear students, today video lecture is the continuation of my previous video lecture. So if you have not watched and studied it yet, please go back and watch and study the previous video lecture, for which I have already gave you the video link, and then come back to this video lecture. In the last previous lecture we have learned about introduction to determinant, and today we are going to learn about properties of determinant. This is the first lecture of third week for this course, Applied Linear Algebra. Now, properties of a determinant of a square matrix. Suppose we have a square matrix A, then its determinant have these properties. Property number 1, the determinant of the transpose of matrix A will be equal to determinant of matrix A. Suppose this is the determinant of the matrix A. If we take the transpose of this matrix, this is the transpose, write the first row, shift the first row to this first column, and this shift this second row to second column, and then shift this third row to third column. So we obtain the transpose of this. Now the determinant of the original matrix A will be equal to determinant of the transpose of matrix A. Now another property, if B is the matrix obtained from a square matrix A by interchanging any two row or any two column, then determinant of new matrix B will be equal to minus determinant of original matrix A. It means that if we interchange any two row or any two column of a matrix, then the sign of the determinant will be changed. For example, in this example, dear students, note that if we interchange column 1 to column 2, this is column 1 and this is column 2. If we interchange first column and second column, we get, now this is the first column and this is the second column, then the sign of the determinant is now minus, negative sign. And if interchange again, suppose we interchange column 2 and column 3, we get this new determinant, and now the sign of this determinant is positive. Similarly, if we interchange any two row or any two row in a determinant, then the sign of the determinant also will be changed. For example, in this determinant, if we interchange R1 and R2, this is R1 and this is R2. Now interchange this R1 and R2, we get this new determinant, and now the sign of this determinant is negative. And if we again interchange R2 and R3, suppose this is R2 and this is R3, if we interchange R2 and R3, then the sign now will be positive. And you can prove it by taking any 3 by 3 square matrix and then try yourself. You can prove this property. Now if a determinant has a 0 column or has a 0 row, then the value of the determinant will be 0. For example, in this determinant column 2 is 0, and in this determinant column R3 is 0. So in this case, the value of this determinant will be 0, and the value of this determinant also will be equal to 0. And another property, if any two row or any two column in a matrix, in a square matrix, are identical mean are equal. For example, in this determinant column 1 and column 2 is equal. In the first matrix, in this matrix, column 1 and column 2 are equal. So if any two column of a matrix are equal, then the determinant of that matrix will be 0. Similarly, in this determinant, R1 and R2 are equal, A1 B1 C1, A1 B1 C1, these two row are equal. And in this determinant, A1 A2 A3, A1 A2 A3, in this determinant C1 and C2 are equal, and in this determinant R1 and R2 are equal. So in this case, the determinant will be 0. Now another property, if a square matrix has two proportional row or column, then the determinant of the matrix will be 0. For example, in this determinant, C1 and C2 are proportional. A1 by B1, A2 by B2 and A3 by B3 are equal. A1 by B1 is equal to A2 by B2 is equal to A3 by B3. This is called proportional. Column 1 and column 2 are proportional. So in this case, the determinant of the matrix will be 0. And you, for example, this is the another property. This property also called proportional property. Proportional property mean any row or any column will be multiple of another row. If any row or column is the multiple of any other row or column, then the determinant will be 0. In this matrix, R2 is equal to R1. So R1 is the multiple of R2, and we can write R2 divided by R2 divided by R1 mean 2 divided by 1 is equal to 2, 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2, 8 divided by 4 is equal to 2. So this is called proportional. R1 is the multiple of R2. So in this case, R1 is the multiple of R2, mean if we multiply 2 to R1, we get R2. So in this case, the determinant is a 0. Now, if a determinant in the form A1 plus X1, B1 C1, A2 plus X2, B2 C2, A3 plus X3, B3 C3, we can write A1 B1 C1, A2 B2 C2, A3 B3 C3 plus X1 B1 C1, X2 B2 C2, and in the third row X3 B3 C3. Another property, if a scalar number multiplied with R1 multiplied with R2 multiplied with R3, in this case P is common in R1, P is common in R2, and P is common in R3. So taking common P from R1, we get P. Taking common P from R2, we get P dot P, and again common P from R3, we get P dot P dot P. So P cube, and we can write the determinant A1 B1 C1, A2 B2 C2, A3 B3 and C3. And if any scalar number multiplied with any column, we can take common it from that column. Suppose here P is common with in C1, so we can take common P from C1. We get P is equal to A1 B1 C1, A2 B2 C2, A3 B3 C3. And again we can multiply this P with any row or with any column. Suppose we multiplied this P to R1, we can multiply it with R1, with R2 or with R3, and we can multiply this P to any column or any row. So we get A1 B1 C1, and if we multiply this P to R2, we get PA2 PB2 PC2, A3 B3 C3. Now property number 10 for a square matrix, for the determinant of the square matrix. Suppose we have a scalar lambda and A is a square matrix of order n by n. Then determinant of the lambda A will be equal to lambda power n determinant of A. This property means that first you can multiply lambda to matrix A. Since lambda is a scalar matrix, multiplied lambda to a matrix A, we get a new matrix. Then find the determinant of the new matrix, and we can write to find the determinant of lambda A, and then multiplied lambda power n with that determinant. Then we get a determinant of lambda A is equal to determinant lambda n determinant of A. Now suppose we have three square matrices A, B and C of the same order. Then determinant of AB matrix. AB matrix mean first of all multiplied AB matrix, we get a new matrix. Suppose the new matrix is X, then determinant of X is equal to determinant of A dot determinant of B. This property means that determinant of whole AB multiplied First of all, multiplied AB matrix, we get a new matrix. The determinant of AB matrix will be equal to determinant of A multiplied determinant of B. For addition in journal, determinant of A plus B matrix does not equal to determinant of A plus determinant of B. And we can prove it by a simple example. Suppose here we have two matrices of 2 by 2 order. This is matrix A, 2, 4, 2, 3, 5, and this is matrix B, contain the entries 1, 2, 1, 5. So first of all, find the determinant of A. The determinant of A mean multiplied these entries minus then multiplied this diagonal entries. 4, 5 the 20 and 2, 3 the 6. So determinant of A is now 14, and similarly determinant of B multiplied this entries 5 on the 5 and multiplied this diagonal entries 2 on the 2. So determinant of B is 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. Now add these two matrices. Add these two matrices to prove this property, and then multiplied AB to prove this property. Now adding A plus B. Add the matrix A and B. 4 plus 1 5, 2 plus 2 4, 3 plus 1 4, 5 plus 5 10. This is A plus B. Now find the determinant of this matrix. So the determinant of this matrix is multiplied these entry 5 10 the 50 and 4 4 the 16, which is equal to 34. Now dear students, note that A plus B determinant is 34 and the determinant of A is 14 and B is 3. So if we add determinant of A and determinant of B, we get 14 plus 3 17, but determinant of A plus B is 34. So it is clear that determinant of A plus B matrix does not equal to determinant of A plus determinant of B. Now multiplied these two matrices. Dear student, try yourself and multiplied these two matrices. You see here the result. The result of AB multiplication is 6, 18, 8 and 31. Now find the determinant of AB matrix. Find the determinant of this matrix. We get multiplied these two entries, we get 186, and multiplied these two entries we get minus 144. So the determinant of AB matrix is equal to 42. Now since we have determinant of A 14 and determinant of B as 3, now multiplied determinant of A and determinant of B, we get 14 multiplied 3 is equal to 42, and this 42 is equal to the determinant of AB matrix. So in this case we can say that determinant of AB matrix is equal to determinant of A multiplied determinant of B, but determinant of A plus B in general does not equal to determinant of A plus determinant of B. Now suppose we have a diagonal matrix. If A is a diagonal matrix of order n, then multiply the diagonal entries, we get the determinant of the diagonal matrix. Suppose these are the diagonal entries in a matrix A11, A22, A33, A44, ANN. These are the entries on the principal diagonal. So in the diagonal matrix, simply multiply the diagonal entries, we obtain the determinant of the diagonal matrix. Similarly, for triangular matrix, for upper triangular matrix, for lower triangular matrix, or for triangular matrix, we get the determinant of that matrix A11 multiplied A22 multiplied A33 multiplied A44 and so on multiplied ANN. For triangular matrix, multiplied the diagonal entries, we can obtain the determinant of the triangular matrix. These are the diagonal entries. So in diagonal matrix and in triangular matrix, we can multiply the diagonal entries to obtain the determinant of the diagonal or triangular matrix. In any diagonal matrix, in any triangular matrix, for the determinant, simply multiply the entries of the entries that lies on the principal diagonal. Now this is a very interesting property. Suppose we have a square matrix A. First of all, find the inverse of the matrix A, and in the next lecture we will discuss inverse of the matrix A. In this property, note that determinant of the matrix A will be the reciprocal of the determinant of the inverse of the matrix A. Determinant of inverse of the matrix A will be the reciprocal of the determinant of the determinant of matrix A. Or similarly, we can say that determinant of matrix A will be the reciprocal of the determinant of the inverse of the matrix A. Or determinant of inverse of the matrix A will be the reciprocal of the determinant of matrix A. Now, dear students, note that we have three square matrices of the same order, suppose A, B and C. Then associative property with respect to multiplication hold in matrix. Associative property mean A into B dot C is equal to AB into C. This is the associative property with respect to multiplication. And similarly, for these square matrices of the same order A, B and C, the distributive property of multiplication over addition also hold. And distributive property of multiplication over addition write as A into B plus C is equal to AB plus AC. Since associative property for these square matrices of the same order hold here, so this associative property for the determinant also hold. Now determinant of A into determinant of B dot determinant of C can be written as determinant of A dot determinant of B into determinant of C. Similarly, determinant of these three matrices have distributive property of multiplication over addition. We can write determinant of A into determinant of B plus determinant of C is equal to determinant of A dot determinant of B plus determinant of A dot determinant of C. And this is the end of this segment. Inshallah, in next lecture we will discuss adjoint of matrix for the multiplicative inverse of square matrix. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.